Hey everybody, I'm Rick St. Clair, host of Listen Up Elora, and I got with me today Jessica Spurrell. Jessica, tell us about you.
Hi, yeah, my name's Jessica. I'm a singer-songwriter currently based in Toronto. I describe my music as drawing from Newfoundland folk, which is where I was born, to some contemporary jazz influences that I got from doing jazz school. And I really like to use texture and like through composed elements in my original singer-songwriter music. And I'm really excited to be coming to Elora for Listen Up Elora in January.
That's such a great way of putting your music. I really hear all of those things there, especially like textures and like soundscapes. I really like that. And your new song called The Gentle Hand, there's some things going on there that you were talking about. So tell us more about that song. I know it, of course, but I want everyone listening to know about it. I've been listening to it on repeat, and we got to play together at Bampot House
We did, yeah.
recently. So tell us about your song, tell us about that event, and go from there.
Yeah, so The Gentle Hand is my latest single. It's a song that I recorded in my last year of my Bachelor's of Music degree as part of our capstone project. So there was a lot of time and space to explore things and make creative decisions without so much of the pressure of time and money that comes with paying for a studio recording. And there was an emphasis put on exploration. And so I think that comes through in the way that we've layered texture and different sounds, and we use some like experimental recording techniques in the song. Like for instance, there's this textury, percussive, filtered loop that comes in throughout, and it's
Mhm.
actually the teardown noise from when we were taking down the microphones and cables and stuff in the studio. We left up a room mic and we captured all of the sounds that were happening as we are walking around. And we're like, everybody be quiet for 5 minutes and just hear the sounds of our footsteps. And then we took that audio sample and we processed it and looped it. And so like little things like that are what to me make the gentle hand what it is, and it's really one of the recordings that I am most proud of, if not the recording that I'm most proud of to this date. I'm really happy with the song. It's inspired by the song Emily by Joanna Newsom. I kind of borrowed some of the chord progressions and harmonic ideas from that
Cool.
tune, but I'm really happy with it. It feels like just a combination of a bunch of things that I've been learning about and feeling drawn to over the past couple of years, and I'm very happy that people get to listen to it now. I'm super proud of it. So I'm glad that you enjoy it as well,
Oh,
Rick. And
I love it. I get a lot of like it. It kind of like activates a lot of the things I like in my listening taste. Like I hear even like Led Zeppelin acoustic inspiration. I don't know if you listen to Led Zeppelin, but I
actually
get a lot
don't.
of the sensibility. Okay, I get a lot of the sensibilities out of that. Just there's the way the song is composed, like the arrangement. There's like a journey. It's very like progressive in terms of parts and arrangements and how it really evolves throughout the song. And that's what I like in a lot of like Led Zeppelin songs and arrangements. So things like that, it just, interesting finger picking parts. And as you said, like really cool, harmonies and chords and things like that.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
I
And then
worked
lyrics
with
and the production just like washes over you. It's like such a, I don't know, it's just a vibe. It's really vibey. I often enjoy listening to music for a feeling.
yeah.
Music has to create a certain feeling for me, and this song definitely does. It's got a very, I don't know, mystical vibe, something about it.
Thank you.
Uh,
I like the word mystical. I feel like yeah, it does kind of suit the song. And I appreciate the yeah, like the arrangement stuff. I actually got to work like um I was listening to this album by this artist from Toronto. Her name is Mingjia Chen, and it's this beautiful like through composed epic kind of like experimental singer-songwriter album with a lot of contemporary classical elements. And I don't think The Gentle Hand is contemporary classical music, but there's one song in particular called Star Star that she has that I was just obsessed with the way the music and the instrumentation helped tell the story. And she's actually an alumni from the same college that I graduated from. So one of our professors connected us, and I actually got to go through the arrangement that I was working on for The Gentle Hand to record with her. And she kind of walked through the score with me and pointed out some things and was like, you could try this here, or this is
Nice.
how like you can make this feeling. And so I appreciate you like saying that it feels like it's a story and it's telling a story of something, because I was really trying to have that come through in the arrangement, and I'm actually quite pleased with how it turned out. And it's one of the first songs that I really took a through composed, like I did the arrangement for it, and I sort of sat at my little Muse score um, file and picked away at all the different parts and wrote everything out. And I feel really proud of what came out of it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
shout
always
out
interesting.
to you.
It's always interesting to hear when you talk to artists and their process, right? And I can relate to that where it's like you toil away and it takes a lot of work, but the end result ends up always sounding very natural and just like as if it was flowing, almost out of you instantaneously, right? So, it's very well put together and feels very natural and organic.
Thank you.
Uh, and so, yeah, I think that's a good sign of things. But yeah. Uh, so tell me about your experience performing live, connecting with your audience, finding venues to perform. It's something that, part of the recording process, it's always, fun to get involved with that. But then, of course, you want to take those songs, play them live. So what's your experience like uh, in relation to finding places to play and connecting with
Yeah.
fans?
I've been on a little bit of a journey with that in the past couple of months. When I was in school, I didn't have as much time to put together shows as I had wanted to. I was really focused on a lot of the deliverables that had to do with my degree, which were amazing. But since graduating, I've had a lot of time to think about playing gigs. And just as I was nearing the end of my degree, I just was having this feeling like I want to be able to get up on stage and hold my own with just a guitar and my voice and put on a really good show with just those two elements, because I love playing with large ensembles. And
Mhm.
any chance that I got in school, I would put together as many of my friends as I could with as many different instruments and be like, let's do this big 13-piece band, because when are we ever gonna get the chance to do that
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
But leaving school, I was like, okay, it's me and my guitar, and I want to be able to put on a great show with just those things. And so I made it my goal over the next little while to just play as much as possible with solo shows or like duo, like with me and percussion. Um, and I definitely don't feel like I'm done my performance development journey. I have a long way to go, but I am really proud of the fact that I've been able to book shows somewhat consistently for the past couple months. Like I've given myself the or been fortunate to have the opportunity to actually be able to develop that thing that I wanted to develop. And my goal was, okay, I want to play a bunch of shows and get really good at holding my own on stage.
Mhm.
And over the past couple of months, it's like, oh, I'm getting better at this, and I have a far way to go. But so I've really just been trying very hard to make performance opportunities happen over the past couple of months, playing shows with friends, reaching out to venues and being like, hey, I want to play a show at this place. Um, it helps that I have like a couple years behind me of sort of casually playing shows at some venues when I was in school. Like I think I'd maybe like in the school semester do like 3 shows a year at a couple different venues in Toronto, or a friend would ask me to open for them. And that has been really helpful now because I have those pre-existing connections a little bit, and I've been able to kind of send emails to places and just say, "Hey, I'd like to play a show." Um, it's been fun, and it's led to connections like this where I
Mhm.
don't know, we played a show together, and now we're gonna play another show together, and the person that I was accompanied by in our Toronto show, Josh Singh, is
Yes.
someone that I met at like a performance writing residency, and then we played some shows together. So I don't know. I really have been loving playing music live, and it used to be something I was kind of not afraid of, but I felt like it was a chore because I didn't practice enough for the shows. So then I would get up on stage and I would feel unprepared and it just felt like a burden. But I feel like doing a lot of shows over the past couple of weeks, months, has made it so that I don't know, I don't really feel as unprepared anymore and it just feels like a treat to talk to people and share my music and have people listen to my music. What an honor like that people are going to sit down and spend 40 minutes of their life taking in my music. It's really special. And I think that Toronto has a lot of special places to perform music. I think that they need to be protected from evil condo
Yeah.
developers. But for now, I recently moved further downtown and I can just walk into a lot of different places and just hear stuff live.
Nice.
Um, Something I'm looking forward to is coming to Elora
Yeah.
and hopefully this summer playing in some smaller towns and
Mhm.
experiencing another side of the live music scene that's outside of a big city. I know that in some of these small Ontario towns, there's really dedicated supporters of the arts who come out and see original music and who are really enthusiastic about the arts in their community. And I'm really eager to connect with some of those people and play some music for them.
Yeah, that all sounds great. And you said a lot of things, a couple things I want to, reflect on. So, number one, I would say that your goal of, holding your own on stage, I can say you definitely have achieved that. Um, well, because I was there with you at BandPod, so of course, listening to the Gentle Hand a bunch and hearing the production and the full instrumentation, obviously, beautiful. But then when I heard you perform it live with Josh, just the two of you, it still carried all of that magic, in that sort of stripped down version. And I think what that speaks to is that the song itself, the chords and the melody are really all it needs. It's the root of it. And if those roots are strong, everything else is just like, the cherry on top, right? So all those things on the recording are amazing sounding, but at the root of that, you always want to have like a really good song, right? And it's a
Mhm.
really good song, right? The chords evolve, your finger picking is really technical, and you got a lot going on, sort of where you're playing chord melodies and picking notes in between the chords. Very rich, right? Very rich sound. So you definitely reproduce that live, and so I would keep just doing what you're doing. I really enjoy it.
That means
Uh,
a lot coming from you. I thought your set was so polished and
oh,
really
thank you.
like I don't know, I just when I see people perform and they're like really charismatic with the audience and um it's really like it inspires me and I'm like, okay, I need to like get to that level. So honestly, it's really I don't know, it feels great to hear that from you.
Like my songs are like, very like kind of like more straightforward, like very like, pokey, folky, like, three chords kind of thing. But yeah, like I appreciate that, and I myself, I still feel like I'm also evolving too. Like I've come out of, singing covers of like country tunes for the last 10 years and trying to find my voice, but slowly getting more comfortable, like just singing through my speaking voice, right? And it's all been kind of, I've never taken formal vocal lessons. I just kind of have been going at it on my own. But yeah, it's been a process, and I'm excited to kind of start getting back into writing originals, right?
Mhm.
So finding your music on Bandcamp, your EP, A Blessing of Pearl, and then sort of connecting here, it's been a really great experience. And to have you in Elora is going to be great too, right? So we were talking about that, and sort of to explain to everybody what I envision with this concert series titled Listen Up Elora, right? We'll have a room dedicated to music, right? It won't be, a bar gig where people are eating and drinking and music is kind of in the background. It's really going to be the focus of the event. Chairs facing the stage. I'll explain to everybody that while performers are playing, you want everyone to be quiet in the audience so it can really be a moment of presence, right? And actually, this idea I came into about 10 years ago when I was hosting events in Halton Hills. I had had a singer-songwriter by the name of Colin Andrea open up for several rock bands. And even though, in my opinion, she was actually the best singer there that night, people just weren't giving her the attention she deserved because it just wasn't the right context, the right setting. People wanted to drink and, be rowdy, and it was a standing room and that kind of thing, right? But in my opinion, that environment and that experience really wasn't an accurate reflection of her performance and what she deserved to receive from the audience, right? So I ended up hosting a what I call like a listening show, and it sounds like it should just be one and the same, but it's sometimes not, right? So having everybody come through and telling them, please no talking during performances, and she headlined it instead of opening, and everyone was mesmerized by her, right? I didn't have to enforce the rule. I didn't have to ask people multiple times, please quiet down. Like everyone understood. And when they were in the right context, in the right room, with the right feeling, um, you know, people were listening to her talk about her stories, her songwriting. You could hear a pin drop, in between her songs. And then when she started performing, it was, everyone was just glued to her, right? So that taught me a lot about context and environment and how that really matters for performers.
Hmm.
Uh, and yeah, it can be difficult to find places that facilitate music in that way. So, I'm trying to bring that idea to the community of Elora, which has a lot of arts, culture, and music. It's great here. And all those things that we do have are good. It's just sort of a matter of bringing in this, platform for this specific type of music, right, that we're doing. And even beyond that, any genre that would suit sort of a listening room. I've thought about doing spoken word, jazz, many different things. So just about creating that moment of presence. I find today, especially, we're so used to being glued onto screens, right? And it's hard to compete for everybody's attention. But I think, removing yourself from that and, unplugging yourself from, all the distractions in life and just being focused in a moment of presence is actually really sort of medicinal, not only for performers, but for audience members alike, right?
Yeah.
I think it's important to do. So, yeah, really excited to have you play for the community here. We're doing a lot to promote it. I DM'd, I think, pretty much every single follower I have on Instagram, sending your music. Got an ad in the paper, also radio interview coming up just before the event. So yeah, I hope it will be good and it'll be one of many. We hope to do it once a month, right? So um, on that note, is there anything you want the people of Elora to know before you perform here? Where can we find your music? Give us all the links,
Yeah.
website.
I'm on all the streaming platforms. I have an
Yeah.
EP out that I put out last summer. It's called A Blessing of Pearl by Jessica Spurrell. And my new single, The Gentle Hand, is out now. I will say there might be some more music coming. Maybe people will already know by the time this video is out. But even after that, there's even more music maybe coming in 2026. So I would say to keep an eye out for that. If you'd like to be able to sing along to the songs that I'll be playing during this,
Yeah.
but not expecting anybody to do that. Um, I just want to say that I'm really excited to come to Elora. I really resonate with a lot of the ideas you have behind planning this event. And, I think it's important to have listening based spaces. Um, as it's important to have, social, rowdy, fun
Oh yeah.
spaces and music for that. But I think, deep listening and a place for people to sit down. When I play a stand-up show, I always feel bad because I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys can't really dance to this.
Yeah.
So you're just standing still. So I don't know. I really am excited to be part of this event, and yeah, I hope to see people there.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks so much, Jessica, for joining me on this call. I'm calling this listen in as opposed to listen up because it's an interview. But yeah, so thanks for joining the call and look forward to seeing you on January 24th.
Yes, thank you. Such a pleasure, Rick, and I will see you in January.
All right. Have a great night.
Bye bye.